first time you heard about meditation, you got really hyped. Hamza does it, so you add it to your habits as well. You did 3 days in a row, first 20 minutes, then 30 minutes, and on the fourth day you kind of forget about it, but it's not a big deal, right? The fifth day comes by and you're too tired, so you just tell yourself you're gonna do it tomorrow. 3 weeks later and you haven't meditated once. You know this feeling. It might not be meditation for you, but you slacked on a lot of habit. I know this because I did too. In this video, I'm gonna show you a trick that helped me actually stick to my habits. If you don't trust me, some random guy on the internet, take a look at this. I know this looks a bit fake, it looks too good to be true, but it is true. The trick you need to implement any habit is make it time bound. If you think about the habits you select on, most of them are not time bound. So you don't have a set time to do them, you just do them any time of the day. This allows your dumb brain to procrastinate and tell yourself I'll do it later until there's no time left or you simply forgot about it. For daily smaller habits that only take like 10 to 15 minutes, for example, meditation, cold showering, gratitude journaling, it is much easier to adopt if you do it correctly. Time bound doesn't have to be an exact time. An exact time, like for example 3 p.m., might actually be a bit dangerous because if that time has passed and you're still doing something else, then you will likely not do your habit because you already have something else planned afterwards. Therefore, it can or should mean doing it after another thing you do daily that is already a habit. Now, think this through with your habit together with me. When do you want to do your habit? In the evening, in the morning, any other time of the day? When do you have time to do it? And if you don't have time, find out how you can get more time. Maybe it's waking up earlier or not taking your phone out right after waking up. Think about what you always do around that time. Then decide if you want to do it right after or right before. If the habit is nicer than the other thing you already do, then do it after as something to look forward to. If it isn't, do it before to get it done. For example, I always wash my face right after brushing my teeth, which is also convenient because I don't have to switch places. However, I always start my morning routine with a cold shower first thing because it's uncomfortable and I don't look forward to it, never. Of course, I feel really great after a cold shower, but you know how it is with these habits. You know they're good, but you still don't want to do them. A habit that I implemented really fast was journaling shortly before bed because I looked at my habit tracker, which was almost done for the day, and the last habit would only take like a minute or so before bed, and it would have been idiotic not to do it. So I just did it to fulfill my habit tracker. So keep a habit tracker if possible. It helped me a lot. I personally do it with green ticks, like I showed you, and red crosses, but I haven't set a red cross once yet because I just always do it. You know, that's nice for me because the colors really represent your behavior. I feel like if you have a lot of green and then some red, the red really sticks out compared to just doing it without colors. Also hang it somewhere visible at around head height so you always see it. So with these small habits, just find something you already do that maybe even fits location wise, or like I said, time wise, and then bind it to that other thing. Of course, it's easier if you can do them at the same time every day, but some habits you just don't do daily because it doesn't make sense, or you just simply cannot do them at the same time every day. A perfect example for this would probably be the gym for you, if you go to the gym, which I hope you do. You don't do every day because that would be stupid. You need some rest days, at least 1 or 2 a week. Probably you have a schedule like school or with university, so that you cannot go at the same time every day because your schedule is different every day. This makes it a lot harder to implement because the situation is different every day, so your brain needs some more time to adapt to it. However, there are some things that make it a lot easier. Try to have a set time at least for every weekday. This means same time every Monday, every Tuesday, etc. Like with the other habits I already talked about, bind it to another thing. For example, I always go to the gym on Monday, 9:30, right after school. Tuesday, I go after my lunch at around 2 p.m. And these set times, even if not the same every day, still make it a lot easier because it prevents your brain from thinking about when you should go, which you probably know. If your brain thinks about when you should do something, you often don't do it at all. The second thing we need to address is not being able to do something daily because you have something like rest days. The reason this might be bad is, I already touched on this, it's easier to adapt to if you do it every day. And in addition to that, if you keep a habit tracker like I do, which I highly recommend, then you of course want something to have to tick every day. What I do when I have a rest day is I cross my workout on the tracker when I, for example, went out for playing basketball with friends, for example. If on that day I don't do any sports, maybe because I'm hurt or I'm ill, then I will do something like stretching for 10 minutes. You want to find something that is related to the habit, which can be done in less time as well, because you might not go to the gym every day or on certain days because you simply don't have time on those days. And of course, you don't have time for playing basketball for over an hour. So something like stretching or what I really like, mobility work, might be a nice replacement, which also adds to your ongoing habit. So to summarize, you need to choose your habit first, and you probably already have a habit in mind. Choose this habit, then set a time to do it. Bind it to a thing you already do at that time. If your habit is uncomfortable, then do it as early as possible, so before the thing you bind it to. For longer habits that you can't do every day or not the same time every day, have a set time for each weekday. For example, Monday 2 p.m., Tuesday 10 a.m., something like that. You need to have a set time because I already talked about this. If your brain has the possibility to think for itself when to do it, then it won't do it at all. So, like with the other habits, don't necessarily bind them to a time but to another habit. On rest days, find a related thing you can do in little time. For example, stretching. I think stretching is really good if you go to the gym because it also boosts your recovery, and if you stretch more, you get a little bit more mobile, so your exercise in the gym and your form will be better. My personal tip is keep a habit tracker, and I really urge you to do this because first of all, it reminds you of your habit because it's always in your face. You need to keep it at around head height, stick it somewhere on the wall, on your closet, or whatever. It makes you feel proud if you do good, which reinforces your self image. And you probably already know something about habits, and if you do, self image is a really big part of sticking to habits, so it's really important. Then it motivates you to keep your streak. If you always see, like I do in my bag, I already showed you, if I always see these green ticks, then I of course don't want to fuck up. I still want to keep going. So this motivates me a lot. And lastly, it makes you feel bad when you deserve to feel bad. So when your entire habit tracker is with red crosses instead of green ticks, then you are a fucking bitch. And you deserve to feel bad. If you feel bad, then this is your brain telling you to take action. If you want me to show you how to make a good habit tracker, then let me know and I'll record a little video. I'll include some other things I haven't touched on in this video already. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy it, let me know what I can do to improve my videos so that you can get the best value out of it. And with that said, have a great day and keep going.